Hi Shona, we've decided to do a series of videos to inform our clients about what's going on in the property market. Looking forward to speaking to you about all these items.
Thanks Anna, yeah, sounds great.
So for this first episode, we thought we'd cover what's going on in the rental market for tenants because it's become so competitive lately.
It has.
It was announced on the 15th of March that rental property availability is at an all-time low of 1.1%, so it must be very competitive for renters to secure a new home. What are your tips for tenants hoping to find a new rental in this limited market?
I think the top tip would be to be organised, to be looking on the main websites, which are domain.com.au plus realestate.com.au, as that has all of the local agents' listings, to try and make sure you're organised and ready and there at the first open for inspection, if possible, for the property. As yes, it's a hot market, so the property is most likely going to go fast. Also to have all your application documents ready to go, so once you've seen the property, if you like it, you can then go for it and submit your application. So that's things like a previous landlord reference or previous landlord details for the agent or prospective, your future landlord to call. A rental ledger. Also, you want to make sure that you've got either a pay slip or a contract of employment or a bank statement, something to show that you can afford to pay the rent. And all of your IDs, so things like driver's license, passport, a previous utilities bill, that type of thing, ready to go.
What about if somebody runs their own business or is self-employed? What can they provide as proof of ability to pay rent on time?
Good question. So if you run your own business, then either a letter or something from your accountant, maybe your accountant's details for your future landlord to ring, something like that, maybe a previous tax return.
Fantastic, thank you. So, because it's so competitive, and I imagine you're getting a lot of applicants for the same property, what are most owners looking for in a prospective tenant?
Prospective tenants. So there are two main things that people want. They want to know that the person's going to be able to pay the rent on time, and they're also going to want to know that they're going to look after their property well. So yes, paying the rent on time, you might prove that with the previous rental ledger. And again, landlord references, or if you own your own place, you might just show which property it is that you own and explain that yeah, you haven't rented in a while and why that is, and yeah.
Thank you. We know that a lot of new legislation came out in March 2020.
Yes.
So that gave a lot of rights and obligations for both owners and tenants. So one of the items that came out recently in new legislation is that agents can't request rent above the asking price, but tenants can offer higher rent to make their applications more attractive. Is that legal?
So an agent is no longer able to suggest to a prospective tenant that they offer above the asking price. However, the tenant is able to do that of their own accord, so it is still legal. They can offer above if they would like to, but yeah, the agent isn't allowed to put pressure on or suggest that that is the case. If the tenant asks the agent, then again they would have to say, oh look, we're not allowed to recommend or suggest that, so it's up to you and your own thoughts and feelings surrounding that. So yeah.
I imagine that we've all seen the photographs of queues outside properties. I imagine you've had a lot of interest in the properties you have online at the moment.
We have quite strong interest in pretty much all of the properties. So yes, yeah, all of the apartments surrounding the eastern suburbs, and part of that is because we work in an area that's pretty attractive to people. We are by the ocean, we're by the harbour. The other side is the city, so we're landlocked. There isn't any more space, and yeah, so people want to be in this area, and there's only so many apartments around the area and houses that you can be in. So yeah, I think this area is always going to be strongly tightly held.
So Shona, if people looking for properties, be it units or houses, want to find out more, be it legislation changes or what you currently have available, how can they find out from you?
Sure, they can either visit us at our office, which is 31 Newland Street in Bondi Junction, or else you can give us a call on 93874911, or else you could email us, Shona at c21armstrong-smith.com.au.
Shona, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, Anna.